guys, welcome to my channel if you're new here, or welcome back if you've seen this face before. Today's video is going to be a TikTok compilation video, Appalachian mountains style. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen some Appalachian TikToks out there. They're really popular. A lot of people are interested in the folklore that's involved, and I'm pretty into the folklore as well. I do want to say I am not posting this video to fearmonger anybody, to deter you from going and visiting the Appalachian Trail yourself. I'm not trying to scare anybody out of doing that. Today's video is going to be a mixture of security camera footage, like weird things caught on camera, and also like stories. So yeah, if that is something that interests you, just keep watching. So the first video I'm going to include is actually going to be two different videos. This guy captured some really weird footage on his security camera. I do not know what these things are. They look translucent. They look, honestly, one of them kind of looks like an ostrich or something on two legs, but I don't even know what the other one would be. Nah, see, when I watch these videos, one of the things looks like an ostrich, but then the other thing right next to it, to me, what I see is like something in a black like dress walking. So whatever this is really strange because it's very translucent. Like you can pretty much see right through it. If anybody can figure out what these are, like leave your opinions down below. But I saw on TikTok somebody else said that these were dogs, but the camera was just glitched out, and I don't see dogs at all. Like I've watched this over and over and over again, and no matter how I view this, I don't see any dogs. So yeah, that's very strange. So apparently in the Appalachian forest, the people who live there are told to shut their windows every night, their blinds, their curtains, everything every night, or else you'll see some weird stuff outside looking at you. So let's just get into this video.
Have I ever forgotten to close my curtains at night and went to bed while living in Appalachia? Oh god, yeah. All the time. And I will say, a lot of the times that I did that, nothing happened. I would wake up, notice that they were open, and just close them real quick, and nothing happened. But sometimes something did happen. Almost always when something happened, I would see something. I would see like something unexplainable looking in the window, but I would also hear stuff as well. We have woods right by my apartment that I'm in now. Our last apartment had woods, and my childhood home had woods. So anytime this happened, I would hear or see something coming from those woods. I've seen strange deer standing straight up when no trees are in sight, just weird shadows crawling around, things like that. I've heard my name being called, screaming, laughing, crying, all those types of things. While I do still hear those things, if the curtain's closed, it's not as abundant or as loud as when it's open. And I guess because they can see you, they know you're there, they're trying to get your attention. You don't just close your curtain so you don't see these things, although that's good enough reason, but you don't want these things to see you. If you, and this isn't just for like creatures in Appalachia, this is for anyone. Have you guys seen the show You? If you have a light on in your house and it's dark outside, you are a fishbowl to anyone or anything that wants to look at you. Close your curtains.
I could not imagine looking out my window and seeing a deer standing up on two legs. That to me is what nightmares are made of. Also the name being called. Also hearing screams. It's all a big no for me. This is something that I don't want to be real just because of how clear the footage is. Like I would love this to be faked, to be like edited in somewhere, but in this video you can see a really long, lanky, bald creature crawling on hands and feet across the frame. And I think that this is what's called the rake out there. I have another video about the rake saved, and this thing is creepy. So the next two videos I have are both from the same woman, and like I just said, I have videos talking about the rake, and this woman will go into details about it.
Hey y'all, Myra here. So take a look at this footage. This is coming out of Moorhead, Kentucky.
I know what that is, and it ain't the garden rake. That's called the rake. shoot on sight. I'm not the type of person to sit there and say kill a creature of any kind, but those you have to kill. They are vicious, because if you don't kill it, it will kill you. Legit. Their fingertips are sharp like razors. They have razor sharp teeth. Their body is like a human. That's why they're called humanoids. But their face is grotesque and fucking ugly. They make nasty, disgusting noises. Oh, yes, I saw one as a kid. The fact that we made it out, we were blessed. I don't think it even saw us, but we saw it. It was looking around in the building that we were in, and it was abandoned. I think it was in the basement or below, because we kept hearing noises but didn't know where it came from. We thought it was an animal, so we just got out of there because I did not have a good feeling. Shoot on sight.
Alright, let's get into the second video.
Yo, all these people on here asking me, did I ever encounter one, like physically encounter it, and I told them we didn't get attacked. It didn't chase us. It didn't even see us. It was sniffing around for us in the building. We saw it when we got out of the building, because it was literally below us making noises, and we couldn't figure out what it was or where it was coming from. We only went in there because we thought it was a trapped animal. It heard us coming. It lured us in, which they do that. I'm just glad I used the freaking that I have and used my intuition and listened to the voices that were legit telling me to tell everybody we needed to leave. They didn't want to get out as fast. I got out first. When they heard the noises getting closer, they skedaddled clean up out that building. You're the first person I have ever seen, or nice to meet you, I'm Sarah, that's ever actually survived an attack. By a rake!
Okay, so off this woman's TikTok, I also read the comments, and it wasn't just this woman or that commenter who also had experiences with the rake. Apparently, there are other people who have commented saying that they also had an encounter. Some of these people were scratched, some of these people had stitches, and yeah, so that's pretty freaky for sure. Okay, so this next story is pretty strange. It's definitely unlike any other story I've heard before. It's also pretty long. This woman, as a preface, basically sees a whole other house appear on top of her house at nighttime. Sounds weird. It is weird. She actually has photo evidence. Let's just get into this story. Hi, Mandy.
Okay, so you're probably wondering what's going on in that clip. If you can't hear it, right in the end, there's this loud rumble, grumble. I don't know what it is. My cat's downstairs. I have no other animals besides a rat and a rabbit, which one is downstairs, one upstairs in his cage. It's not going to make a noise. Now, I live practically on the outskirts or within the Appalachian Mountains. This is the kind of area I live in. This is the front, which I was parked back there. As you can see, I'm just surrounded by trees and there's no other houses nearby. Now, I've heard all the folklore and all about that when it comes to the Appalachian Mountains, skinwalkers. If you hear something, no you didn't. If you see something, you know you didn't. If you're feeling watched, get inside. Don't run. Don't whistle in the woods. Don't scream. Pretend life is normal. Truly, this was one of the scariest nights I've had home alone. Usually, I don't care about being home alone. I would be super duper young. I would rather be home alone sometimes because I just have the whole place to myself. But this night freaked me out. I actually was done filming a video previously, which was my Miku Miku video. After that, that's when that video occurred on one of our house cameras because I asked my mom, I heard this noise. I don't know what it is. Can you look on the upstairs camera? Now, the upstairs camera isn't as great, especially because it was losing battery at the time, but she saw nothing whatsoever. At this point, I got myself a rolling pin and I was just ready for combat because I didn't know what was going to come out. So I waited, I was just sitting at the kitchen table, I was just like, something's off here. So of course in my mind, I'm freaking out and I'm like, I don't want to be here. So what do? Keep in mind, at this time,
didn't do drugs or anything like that, because like I said, I got off of work. I just got home. It was around like 1 or 2 in the morning. I'm not 100% sure. But time felt so slow, but it was also going by super fast. Now, one of my best friends, she's very informative about this stuff, and she goes, Carly, that was the stupidest thing you could have ever done. When you live in the Appalachian Mountains, you don't want your windows open. You want your curtains closed. You want all your doors locked. You don't even want to welcome that. You don't even want to welcome it. You don't want to invite anything in. So the big issue was, she said, Carly, you're an idiot because your car isn't declared as property like your house is. So that was a big red flag on me. But of course, at the time, I didn't think of that. I thought, hey, locking my car doors, I'd be perfectly fine. And we all know how impulses are. You're not even supposed to look into the trees. What did I do? I looked into the trees. I'm freaking myself out. Like, I'm in the car. I'm staring at my house. I'm constantly looking at my window for my room, seeing if anything's going on. I'm looking around, and I see, like, this weird blue tub that's by a tree. At the time, I didn't know what it was. I just kept thinking it was getting closer to me and closer to me. I was going so just psychological. To be clear, it was that blue tub. So as that's going on, it's super dark at night, so of course I'm thinking I'm seeing things. I think I see any little thing, and I'm like, Carly, you gotta stop. It's just your mind playing tricks on you. So I'm looking at my house with my car lights on. I'm sitting in my car. I got a blanket. I'm in pajamas now, and all my doors are locked. I'm warm, and I'm just looking everywhere. I was like on speed or something because I was just ready for something to come up. It got to the point, though, when I looked at this blue tub and I thought something was coming toward me as fast as shit, I literally started driving with 2 feet. I'm sorry, you're supposed to drive with a foot. I couldn't think. I was freaking out. Then I noticed it was that blue tub because I was able to drive myself into a position to look with the light. Everything was fine. So I drive back, look at the house, and then I'm still going psychotic. So I'm looking at my house, and I see it looked like a cross made out of trees. I'm like, why would a tree be completely sideways, okay? But I mean, you're in the woods, anything. It could be a branch, it could be whatever. It looked like a full-blown just a cross made out of trees. And what was next to that? Oh, it looked like this whole burned wood building. I have no idea. It made no sense to me. I'm like, Carly, your mind's just playing tricks on you. You got to remember this. Nothing's going to make sense right now. Everything is in the dark. Your adrenaline's up. But it looked like a building or just something. It just didn't make sense. Something like hell risen. I'm like, what is this? It was right above my house, right next to like this whole cross looking thing. I'm like, what is going on? I was finally able to relax and sleep in my car. So then a couple weeks passed. Like I said, it was probably a month or less ago. And this is what happens next. My mom, yesterday, I was talking to her and she goes, Car, I looked at those outside cameras that we have. Because I kept an eye out all that night. Because she came all the way from Jersey just because I felt so unsafe. So she shows me these photos, and I will post them, and you'll see it. If you look at that photo, and you look above the house, of course you see orbs from, like, camera reflection or, like, whatever. But then you see, like, these little lights that look like house lights. And they can't be a reflection, because no house lights are on. Everything is off. And they're little squares. My house windows are rectangular if you look in the photo. So I'm sitting here, what is this? So honestly, if anybody has any thoughts, any conspiracies, or anybody that's just genuinely interested in anything horror related or spirit related.
Okay, I'm going to pause the video there because basically the rest of the video she's just asking her viewers for their thoughts. And I've heard of, like, stories of, like, UFO lights or just strange lights out there, but never have I ever heard of, like, a ghost house appearing and, like, you can see the windows clearly, like, for whatever reason, I'm breaking out in goosebumps. I don't like that one. That one is strange. First of all, that was a lot for her to experience in one night. I do kind of get the vibe that she probably was really psyching herself out, especially with the whole, like, that blue garbage can. She thought it was coming towards her pretty fast. She probably was psyching herself out, but the fact that you can see it, we can see this as well. So I have no idea what that would be, though. Like, no answers for her. Just wanted to share her story. And a last one is another story. I don't even remember what it's about, so let's just get right into it.
Okay, I've been seeing all these creepy Appalachian stories of people that, have encountered things in the woods or around the woods. And I've got several, but I'll tell you one. So right now, well, as you can see from the screen, so right now, this is the view from my bedroom window. You can see the mountains behind, woods, 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 woods for miles. So seeing or hearing creepy things around my house is not at all unusual. So one night, I've been hearing some things around, and someone had left the basement door open, and the basement door leads directly into these woods. And I was hearing something down in the basement. So I went to the top of the stairs and I yelled down because I thought maybe my now ex-husband was down there doing something. So it was dark down there and I yelled down, "Is that you?" And he said, "Yeah, come on down." Plain as day. So I started walking down there and I was like, why is he sitting in the pitch black basement? Something just didn't set right with me. So I stopped and my daughter come behind me on the top of the stairs and she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm seeing what your dad's doing down here." And she said, "He's been gone for an hour. He's not even here." So I stopped in my tracks and went back up the stairs and I looked out in the driveway. Sure enough, his car was gone. He was not there. It was definitely his voice. It was his voice 20 feet from me. It was his voice like, "I'm talking to you." So who was down there? What was down there? I don't know. But it came from the woods, whatever it was.
No. Y'all just saw me shake. I think this is the nastiest goosebumps I've gotten ever, like, recording all these videos recently for you guys, and that one gave me the just nastiest, like, I want to crawl out of my skin feeling. What? So I read the comments of that video afterwards, and people were saying that it was probably, like, either a skinwalker or, like, some type of mimic. It was definitely something that was trying to trick her and lure her down there to probably get at her, you know? So, yeah. I don't think I would ever have the balls to live there. I really don't. Because I get scared with, like, feeling like I'm getting watched. And I could not imagine actually hearing things and, like, real life experiencing things, because, like, I get freaked out and I gotta shut my door whenever I just get a weird feeling. So I would never have the balls to live out there. Bless the people that do live out there, because that's freaky. And once again, I'm not trying to fearmonger anyone or prevent anyone from vacationing out there or visiting the forest, because at the end of the day, there are some small Appalachian cities or small Appalachian families that rely on tourism to live. So yeah, that's all the videos I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for chilling with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.